today's episode of Cindy's World. Cindy's World. Yo, check it. I've been doing a lot of introspection, and I realized that um, the introspection is just from me last year up until now. Last year, on this day last year, I actually started a job. I was broke and I was reliant on my partner. I ran into a little financial crisis that subsequently keeps occurring, and I'm trying to figure out if um, this like I need to just like be at peace and let shit go, or if I need to there's some correction that needs to be done. Nonetheless, like the introspection has been had, and I've come so far. Like I'm starting to get into the habit of um, seeing where I am and giving myself the credit. So back to what I was saying. I started a job teaching. It was my first job teaching, and I actually like when I got the job, they told me that I was going to be teaching fifth graders. Well, I applied to teach fifth graders, and then when I went for the interview, they were like, we're gonna hire you, but would you be interested in teaching first graders because we really need a first grade teacher? And I'm like, I'm good with whatever because I need a job. I didn't tell them that, but I was good with whatever. Like I'm willing to learn. So, and I actually like on first handedly, I'd prefer younger children. They're like sponges, and yeah. So anyway, so I was like, yes, of course I will teach first grade. And then as it got closer, as my start date became closer, um, they asked me to teach kindergarten. And I was like, hell yeah. So I was actually teaching trilingual kindergartners, and it was an experience. I really enjoyed teaching them. I only taught them for 1 month, a little over a month, because my credentials weren't credentialing. In order for me to, the overall goal was, well, there were two goals: for me to have a job, for me to start have an income, and for me to obtain a visa. But that wasn't, my credentials wouldn't allow me to obtain a visa from an institution. So um, yeah, so I had to leave that job, but I got the experience, and that experience actually got me to teach at this institution that I teach at now on weekends, which I love. I love the children are amazing. I teach from ages 3 to 16, 17. I've 18. I've even taught 18-year-olds, adults. So, well, are they considered adults here? I don't think they're considered adults here. I think 20 is considered an adult. Anyway, so yes. So yeah, I was reliant on my partner financially, and now I'm not. Even though things are not the way I would like for it to be, but clearly it's the way it's supposed to be, because it is. And I'm doing all that I can within my power and control to do something about the situations that I'm facing. But yeah. So I'm not in that position that I started at last year, which is actually pretty fucking impressive because I was taking public transportation, which is here it's the something called Grab, and um, yeah, I chose to take motorbikes rather than taking a car because it's cheaper. And as time went along with taking the motorbikes with Grab, I actually like I had to move. Um, mm, October of last year, I had to move, and and where I moved to was like out of the city area, so it was a bit more difficult for me to get the transportation. And the transportation that I was actually able to get, um, I was getting drivers that chose to have a drink. Like I was trying to catch a Grab. Oh my God, the mosquitoes! Trying to catch a Grab at 6, probably earlier than that, around 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was getting the type of men that chose to drink all night, I suppose, and then get whatever customer they could get in the morning to make that money, that bot back. Yeah, so that's what my intuition is telling me that. And I was just like, and I never felt unsafe. However, if I had to choose, of course, between a sober driver or a drunk driver or a driver has been drinking, I'm gonna choose a driver that hasn't drank before. They actually picked me up. So, I put it out into the universe. I'm like, I have to get my own bike because um, I don't want this. Like, I know what I want, and things are becoming a little bit more challenging, and I had to deal with what I had to deal with. But yeah, so I wound up getting a motorbike. Like I put it out there and I was able to get it, and I was scared. Don't let this story fool you. I was scared. I knew I was gonna have to get. I've never had a license, a driver's license. Never. I've never driven a car. I've never driven a motorbike. I've been on the back of a motorbike, and of course, I've been in many cars, but I have never, ever been behind a wheel. And I was scared, but I knew I had to do it because of the choice that I made. And also that my son was starting school, and I wasn't about to pay out of pocket for both of us to travel because that's super expensive. And yeah, so I had to do what I had to do. Actually, both my son and I got our license together because here at age 15 you can legally drive a motorbike. And yeah, we did it together, and we aced that shit. So anyway, um yeah, so I've come very far. Again, although things are not the way that I would like it to be, but I'm sure that it's supposed to be this way because there are things that I have to learn. I have to learn certain things, such as money management. I'm learning money management based off of the mosquitoes are chewing me up, based off of getting shit out of the mud. Like this is not easy. Being in I think I have this stigma in my mind, and I think it's projections because I'm in Southeast Asia and I am American. Forget the skin color, just plain out my nationality. People do assume that even if I tell them I could be in rags, they assume naturally that I am well off. Now, I'm not going to say I don't subscribe to me not being well off, because I have an abundant mindset. Like, health is wealth. And I know, in my reality, I know what makes me wealthy and feel wealthy and rich, minus the 3D riches, which is the surface level, which is money, clothes, uh, I don't know what else. Anyway, so yes, they do believe that I am rich. I don't have worries. So when I do come across some individuals that I can trust, just to have because like, these are women that have families of their own. And the majority of these women are that I've had conversations with, they're Chinese, actually. A lot of Chinese families and individuals, they come here to Thailand in order to start a better life, because it's too difficult. I mean, everybody has a story, but it has become difficult for them, more so ever since 2020, of course. Like, what's new? And also, especially if they have children, if it's a family with children, the education system, it sucks for them. They don't approve of it, and they, just like any other parent, a caring parent, they want better for their children. They want better for themselves as well. So they come and they do what they have to do. So on that level, I just seen lightning. On that level, there's a resonance. And but as the conversation progresses, um, I start to, by the things that they say and speak on, I realize that they believe that I'm rich, and that I don't have, like, when I express my worries and fears sometimes, they, like, the faces they make is like, what? And I'm sure some of them are actually in shock, the ones that perhaps actually do believe what I say. Um, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, oh, the projections. So some of them, they just don't believe, which is why I limit my conversations and the topic of conversations, um, because of these things, because people are going to believe what's in their minds first. And that, unfortunately, they're going to project that onto you, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, intentionally or unintentionally. And I do pick up. I'm an energy reader, and I pick up on a lot. I pick up on a lot more than I even know that I'm picking up on. And it's like, I feel it. It's just like, if I get sick, I think people are stunned that I'm actually fucking sick. Like, I'm a human being. Just because I'm American, or the things that I do, you see me do, and I appear to be strong, like I embody strength, doesn't mean that I'm not human. And yeah, I get sick, I get stressed, I get sad, I get frustrated, I cry, like, and I don't hide my emotions. I'm a full human being, and I'm gonna experience this human experience to my fullest potential, my fullest capacity, as much as I can. And I think that takes people aback a bit. So yeah, I've come very far. I've come very far, and I am trying to go even further, and recognize myself, recognize the work that I've put in. And I know things are not. I'm not even gonna say that. Like, I'm taking the path of least resistance, and even that's difficult. because I've never fully surrendered to the path of least resistance. Like sometimes the path of least resistance is me not doing a motherfucking thing. And in a way, I be itching to do something. Even when I don't do anything, like when I noticed recently, like if my family see me just laying about, the thought that creeps into my mind initially has been like, oh, they probably think I'm fucking lazy. And like I have to talk myself out of it. Like even if they do believe that I'm lazy, like it is what it is, because I'm doing what I have to do. Like this is how my self-care is looking these days, especially because recently I'm still getting over, I don't know what, like some virus. I had got a virus. I work with small children, and the parents are not working cohesively with the nursery in order for everyone to be healthy. So, parents got to work. And if they see, I don't know if these parents are not mindful, and or if they just don't give a shit. I'm sure like there's a spectrum, but they're sending these children to the nursery and they're sick. Like as soon as I walk in, I can see who's sick. I can tell, and they wind up having to get picked up because they're sick. And of course, it's a nursery, so they're touching everything. It's boogers, germs, everything down the line. And I got sick. And it took me down. And so because it took me down, and I was actually feeling like I was a little bothered by it. My birthday was the day. Bear with me. My birthday, I got sick the day before my birthday. My birthday was last week. And I was bummed out. I was a little bummed out by it. I was bummed out by the fact that I got sick. I was bummed out by the fact that I had to nurse myself back to health. But, I transmuted that energy, and I'm like, I get to nurse myself back to health. I get to start over on a clean slate. And actually, I think even like illness is all in alignment as well, because, and I say that because a week prior to me getting sick, I began doing a detox. Well, yeah, a detox. I'm not about to downplay what I do. I was started doing a detox just with simply lemon water. And like once you put your mind to something and you actually do it, and I was consistent with it. And also I also started cooking more for myself, and if I didn't feel like eating, I didn't eat. I do like the intermittent fasting, and I was just going along with it. So, like I'm put that intention out there. Like this is what I want to do, because I wanted to feel better. And sometimes you got to get sick in order to start all over. Now, moving forward, I don't want to fucking get sick in order to feel better. So I need to be more consistent with my self-care and be on top of things. I need to be more mindful and in tune with my body. Like I'm still going through a lot of changes. I believe I'm going through an ascension process, another spiritual awakening. So things are off balance, and then especially when my menstrual is coming, like I'm dealing with a lot internally, and I'm trying my best to keep balanced. So yeah, I'm trying, and it's not easy. However, it's worth it because I'm worth it. I'm worthy. And I want to be myself on the other side of this timeline. Like I'm craving my highest timeline. I am. and it's great. I could feel it. I feel it energetically, and this is the work and what I have to go through energetically, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I have to go through these things in order to meet myself on my highest timeline, and so it is, because it is so. Um, so yes, I was doing a detox, and then a week later, I'm sick. And so once I accepted it, I just laid in bed. I slept, and every day I felt better, although I wasn't feeling good, but I felt better. If you understand, you get it. And I'm vowing to myself, like, this is like I'm tuning in as to how it feels to feel better and feel good. So I feel better, I feel good, and I have to remember that in order to be able. I need something that I can not necessarily get back to, but I need a foundation. And the universe gives you exactly what you're asking for. And it may not come in the process that you want it to come in, but it's going to come. And that's what's happening. So I feel great. I do. I'm taking it easy. I don't have all of my strength back, but I'm okay with that because it's allowing me to take it easy. I don't it's not normal for me to just take it easy. Like, I'll go full beast mode, and like I'm 28 and I'm actually 38. I have to go along with who I am. Like, I have to really ground myself in who I am. And because changes are happening so rapidly, I have to ground myself more often, probably more than once a day, because every day, because I'm changing so much. Like, the timeline that I'm trying to meet, align with, it is it's going to require some work, and I'm with it. That car is riding smooth. I like that. It remind me of, like, who's called RoboCop. Oh my God, I cracked myself up. I'm really happy. I am so happy. I'm proud of myself. Like, I took it easy today. I've during my hiatus, where the universe snapped me back into reality, um, I'm starting to use castor oil. And, like, there's a few things that I want to heal, and I actually want to get back to, not get back to, I want to be able to, well, I really do heal in my sleep. Like, I feel like, no, I know that my my team that's behind me, they're repairing me during my sleep. And if my sleep is not right, things is just not right. Like, sleep is my shit. It's always been my shit. And lately, of course, I got a lot on my mind, and I've been distracting myself in not the most healthiest ways, um, in order for me to, what I would call before, for me to, like, be grounded. But now, like, I'm back. I have an equilibrium now, and the mosquitoes. I gotta go soon. Um, I yes, castor oil has become a part of my regimen. I um, and I've been doing very well with incorporating things into my routine, such as, like, I started last year, actually, last April. I literally I think I did a video on this before, not too long ago. But anyway, um, for 1 year, 2 to 3 times a week, I did honey and turmeric facial masks. And I also Um, I was doing my yoga, and I was also like intuitive yoga and a bit of comedic yoga. And I was also meditating, and there was something that, oh, I had a routine, a special routine um, for my hair because I had to um, repair my locks, or like get it back to health. And for an entire year, I did it. I did it. I didn't miss a beat. And I'm proud to say I didn't miss a beat. I kept it up, and I healed my face. Do you know how long I've had acne? And then when I moved here, I I stopped having acne the way that I've always had acne, which was good. Oh my God, I think mosquitoes are biting my scalp. God damn. Like, my roots is thick. How? Anyway, uh, yeah, um, yeah. For a while, I stopped. Um, Probably for over a year, I stopped twisting my hair because I just didn't have it in me. Like, I was really going through shit. Like, I was going through it, and I put my hair on the back burner. Like, as long as it was clean, I just, whatever. I was taking care of it, but the way my hair is, I have to twist it at least once a month because it will thin out. I did a video on this too, so I'm not even gonna go into that. But I stayed for a whole entire year. I did what I had to do, and because I didn't have the resources to do what I wanted to do, the way I wanted to do it, I went supernatural. Supernatural. I was going out into, I was going for walks. I incorporated that. I was going for walks, and I would pick flowers, um, the leaves and the flowers for my hair. I was making shampoo. Um, I was picking the leaves and the flowers, and was able to find aloe. I made my own infused oil, which I still have some, and I use that as a pre-poo. Like, I was out here, I was using soap nuts for my shampoo. I was out here doing the damn thing, and I was using the aloe and turmeric, and my face just nicely cleared up. And when I didn't real like I was just it became it it became a habit. It became a habit. So this April, I actually, my stress levels went up. I had to move again, and I actually stopped doing the aloe and turmeric because I was living out of a hotel, and I didn't feel like doing all of that. I was just trying to, I was trying to maintain. And then I realized, I was like, well, it's been a year. I realized in April, I'm like, oh, it's been a year. I've done it. And I had to, once again, like, do the introspection, like, really see, like, look at the work you put into yourself, and look at your face. It's glowing. You actually did that. And so I dialed back on it. Like, and yo, I'm out here doing it. But anyway, back to the castor oil. So the castor oil, that came, like, I feel like my grandmother sent that to me, and I've been putting it on my eyelids because I want to not only heal my eyesight. I want to, it makes me sleepy. I don't know what's up with castor oil and that, but it works. I sleep like no other. I sleep, and it's only been a few days. I sleep so peacefully, and I wake up so rested. I also put the castor oil and a few drops into my belly button, and I can actually taste it. Yes. And I also, because I'm still getting over that virus that I had, I put the castor oil like on my neck, my arms, and my chest and my back, and my belly, in order for it to absorb and heal my respiratory system. And I put it on my face. Yes, I need my respiratory system to heal. And I put it on. I had a bike accident not too long ago. I still have some bumps and bruises. And I put it on the scars and the bumps and the bruises. And I'm going to see within a month, like, the changes, because I'm very sure that it's gonna work, because I feel it. I felt it on the first excuse me, the first night that I used it. So yeah, I'm very adamant about that. And I'm looking forward to see how it elevates me, how it adds more joy and peace, allows me to add more joy and peace to my life. Like, I'm really, happiness is a choice, and I'm choosing to be happy. Yes, other emotions come about, but I will alchemize it because I choose to be happy. Um, yeah, so yes, I'm gonna wrap this up. I've come very far. I just saw 3131. I've come very far for protection. They, I'm just grateful. I'm just very grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And yeah, I've come very far. I've come very far. And it's only further from here. And hopefully you will stick with me, and we'll be going far together. You know? Anyway, I gotta go home. I'm chucking up the deuces. Later.